Rambo, First Blood is a 1982 action film based on the 1972 novel First Blood by David Morrell. The movie stars Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo, a troubled Vietnam War veteran who becomes entangled in a conflict with the local police in a small town. Here's the story. The film begins with John Rambo, a highly skilled and decorated Green Beret, hitchhiking through a small town called Hope, in the state of Washington. Rambo is a quiet and introspective man, haunted by his experiences in the Vietnam War. He is looking for a fellow soldier and friend, but when he arrives in Hope, he learns that his friend has passed away due to exposure to Agent Orange during the war. As Rambo wanders through town, he draws the attention of Sheriff Teasle, played by Brian Dennehy, who sees him as a vagrant and a potential troublemaker. Teasle arrests Rambo for vagrancy and takes him to the local jail. In the jail, Rambo faces mistreatment and abuse from the deputies, which triggers painful memories of his time as a prisoner of war in Vietnam. Unable to tolerate the mistreatment, Rambo escapes from the jail and flees into the nearby mountains, using his exceptional survival skills to evade the pursuing police officers. What follows is a manhunt through the wilderness, with Sheriff Teasle determined to capture Rambo at any cost. Colonel Sam Trautman, played by Richard Crenna, Rambo's former commanding officer, arrives in Hope and tries to reason with Sheriff Teasle, warning him about Rambo's combat skills and the potential consequences of pushing him too far. However, Teasle remains stubborn and insists on continuing the pursuit. As the tension escalates, Rambo, a man pushed to the edge, becomes more violent and dangerous. He uses his military training to turn the tables on the pursuing officers, disabling their vehicles and outsmarting them at every turn. Despite his actions, Rambo doesn't actively seek harm to anyone but only wants to be left alone. Trautman tries to reason with Rambo, asking him to surrender and avoid further bloodshed, but the war-hardened veteran is consumed by his traumatic memories and feels cornered, believing he has no choice but to fight back. The climax of the film takes place in the town of Hope, where Rambo confronts Teasle and the local police in a final standoff. The conflict is intense, resulting in destruction and casualties on both sides. In the end, Rambo's pain and anger are evident, but he realizes that he cannot continue down this path of violence. With the help of Trautman, Rambo eventually surrenders and is taken into custody, ending the deadly confrontation. The film concludes with a somber and contemplative moment, reflecting on the tragic consequences of war and the toll it takes on those who serve. Rambo, First Blood is a powerful and thought-provoking film that delves into the themes of post-traumatic stress disorder, the treatment of veterans, and the effects of war on individuals. It launched a successful film franchise and made the character of John Rambo an iconic figure in action cinema.